There's some things I need to get off my chest. The past couple of months, uh, well, actually, the middle of July, my plant manager at my job asked for volunteers to work the night shift for a couple of weeks to be able to catch back up, and I volunteered for it. And part of the reason why was because I just really needed a break from the uh, the job that I was doing. So I volunteered to work the night shift. Okay, well, thank God for getting me out of there. That was my first thought. I got a chance to work on myself, and I can get away from here for a while and get away from the drama, and everything's gonna be okay. Well, before I started that, I was in a really bad place. I felt like crap about myself, about the way I looked, uh about just myself in general. And I just really needed to get away from there for a while. And I'm really glad that I did, because I was able to work on myself, and this is the happiest I've been in a really long time. I dealt with not depression, but sad thoughts and suicidal thoughts for a couple of times in my life, and until you really are bullied day in and day out, you're not gonna know what it's like to be told by people that you're not worth it, and that you're stupid, and that you don't deserve to walk the same halls that some of these other kids do. And you're you know I, I don't know it. You don't know what it's like, and sit there and say, oh, I know what you're going through, when you've never been bullied yourself. No, that's not how it works. I I But the thing that I really want to talk about is self-worth, because I've dealt with it for years. Ever since I was like 14 years old, I had thoughts that I'm not worth it, and that maybe it's just better if I'm dead, or maybe it's better if I'm not here, or if I quit my job, and then people will be happier. And to be honest, it was really hard, and I've wasted a lot of years thinking it. I've wasted so much time, and I've ruined so many friendships, and I've done so many things to make myself feel even worse, because I didn't have any self-worth in myself. And you think that you're only hurting yourself by saying that you feel like crap, that you don't feel like you have any desire to be good. You don't feel like you deserve to wake up every morning and spend your days being happy. You don't feel like you have any desire to wake up at all. I mean, I've had thoughts where, maybe I'll have a heart attack tonight, and everyone will be happy then. But it's so hard, because you have to go through the motions where, people either don't talk to you, or they sit here and act like, you're this great person, and then you message them on Facebook, and they never message you back, even though they read your messages, or, they say they want to be friends, and they want to keep in touch, and they never do, and that makes you feel even worse. I mean, ever since I was 14, I've dealt with sad thoughts. There were times where I would be driving. This was more towards when I was like 18, 17, 18, 19 years old. There were times where I would be driving in my car and I would plan my death. Like, literally. I would plan the song that would be playing. I would plan where it would happen. I would plan everything out. And I would even write down on a sheet of paper, tell this person this, tell this person this, each person, then I'd write, what should be said to them, and because I felt so bad about myself that I wasn't thinking about anyone else. And you may think that it only hurts yourself, but it really hurts every person that truly cares about you. And I'm not talking about people that we have a conversation here and there, and we talk every couple of months. I'm talking about the people that truly care about you. The people that every time you call them, every time you text them, every time you message them on Facebook, they respond to you because they want to hear from you. Those are the people that I'm talking about. The people that you say, in the back of your head, oh, well, they act like they care about me, but they really don't. Yeah, they do. And it kills them inside every time that you talk about wanting to kill yourself. Because you don't feel like you have any self-worth. Because you don't feel like you're worth it. But to be honest, as much as you want to feel like you're a mistake, you're not. And I'm not going to sit here and get all religious on you, but, there was a reason that you were born. Whether you were planned or not, you were not a mistake. God gave you life for a reason. What that reason may be, I don't have that answer. And you may not have that answer either. But I don't want people saying that, I don't feel like I have a purpose for being here, because you know what? It breaks my heart too. Because I know exactly how you feel. That's how I felt for the last 8 years. Ever since I was 14, I never felt like I had a reason for being here. I always felt like I was just this person that was taking up space. I was this person that thought, oh, well, this person hasn't messaged me back, so maybe they just don't really care. Maybe they don't care about me at all. Maybe no one cares about me. But you have people out there who care about you. Whether you know it or not. You may feel like you don't, but sometimes you haven't even met them yet. There's people at church that I've met over the last couple of weeks that, they're they see me in the hall after service, and they're asking me how I'm doing. And I mean, there's times where I'll walk up to them and talk to them for a while, but if I'm not feeling like it, they'll walk up to me and start talking to me. Because I feel like they care about me. Whether they know me or not. And for you to tell yourself that you have no self-worth, that you have no reason to be here, you're just feeding yourself lies. Because like I said, I felt that way for 8 years. And to be honest, I talked to the youth pastor at my church, which my ex had been trying to get me to do for the last 6 months. Because I felt like there was nothing that he could say or do that could make me feel any better. And I'll be honest with you, I was skeptical about it as well. People tried to get me to start going back to church and become a Christian and follow the Word of God and read the Bible, and I was skeptical. I really didn't want to do it. But you know what? Whenever I think of death, like when I eventually die at the end of my lifetime, I'm not scared. Because my beliefs, I know where I'll be. Whenever I don't, what do I want to say? Whenever I don't have God in my life, I'm scared. And I'm not saying that to try to get people to start going to church or start reading the Bible. That's just me. I'm scared of death when I don't have God in my life. Because, even when you don't think about the God aspect, it's still terrifying to think that one day you will be in the ground for eternity. And whenever I think of that, and I don't have God to think about after death, it terrifies me. And then I start getting sad, and I don't like doing that. Because then I start feeling bad about myself, and that's when I start feeling like I don't have any worth. But after I talked to the youth pastor, it had to be like 6 hours later, if even that, I started feeling better about myself. Like, I feel amazing. And there's people at work that, have told me, you act so much happier now than you did before. And I feel amazing. Because I talked to someone that I know that wants to see me do good and wants me to be happy. And I've had those people in my life before, but I've always thrown them away. I've always pushed them away because I didn't want to deal with any of it. But in the end, this is the happiest I've been in a long time. A long time. And yes, I am going to use a Fault in Our Stars quote that Augustus Waters says, I'm on a roller coaster that only goes up. Because you know what? It's the God honest truth. My mood only goes up. And yes, there's times where I may fall and I may feel bad about myself. But it only lasts for a little while. because I start feeling better about myself, and it feels so damn good. And I'm sorry for the language, but that's the only way to explain it. I feel so good about myself. So I don't ever want to hear anyone say that they're not worth it because all that you're doing is kidding yourself. Because you're not a mistake. You have a reason for being here. You have a purpose. He put you on this earth for a reason. He doesn't. God puts you through pain so that you will end up becoming a better person in the end. That's what I truly believe. There's a quote, Romans 1:16, for I am not ashamed of the gospel. And you know what, I'm not anymore, because without it I don't know where I would be, what I would be doing. Pastor was just talking about self-worth on Sunday in a sermon. I don't feel like I do enough with helping out and volunteering, and that's why I'm gonna start volunteering with Salvation Army during the week, and I plan on doing a mission trip to Haiti in 2016 and a mission trip to Costa Rica in 2017, because I feel like I need to do more to help out other people. I'm tired of being selfish Andrew. That's all that I feel like I'm doing. And it makes me feel horrible. It makes me feel worse. So don't ever think that you're not worth having life, because you know what, you are. Your life is so important, and you may not believe it now, but just give it a little time, because I'm telling you, you're gonna come out on feeling a hell of a lot better than you do right now.